Seattle, Washington, it's Mad in the Kitchen Live with me, Madeline Smithberg. Joining me, Senior Food Editor at Yankee Magazine, Amy Traverso. Teaching us to make Dutch baby pancakes with apples and chai maple syrup. So grab your large, firm, sweet apples and your ground cardamom, and let's cook together. Hello, and welcome to Mad in the Kitchen Live. This is so much fun. Tonight, Senior Food Editor at Yankee Magazine and the author of the Apple Lover's Cookbook, Amy Traverso, will be teaching us how to make her Dutch baby pancake with apples and chai maple syrup. You are welcome. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Madeline. How are you?
That was a little bit dicey. We lost Amy for about 35 minutes during our tech rehearsal. And
it felt like an hour.
I know. For me, it felt like 10 years. And I think I lost 10 years. But here we are. And everything is awesome. And you're on the East Coast where I am from. So I feel sort of very emotionally attached to both you and Yankee Magazine and this recipe.
Yay.
Yay. So we made it last night in our tech rehearsal. And I have to say one thing, and that is thank you. This is the most incredible recipe. And it is like the best thing that any of us have ever put in our mouths. My apple corer is attacking me. So we've got all our ingredients. Can you guys pull up the graphic? We'll show you what you need. The full recipe is on my website, madinthekitchen.com, and in the YouTube description on my YouTube channel. Amy, I love this recipe because it's made mostly with things that people just have on hand in their pantries.
I love a good recipe that feels fancy, but is actually secretly very, very easy and not hard to shop for. So you have flour, you have sugar, salt, butter, eggs. I mean, those are all things that you have in your cabinet, right? Most likely. And then I will add apples to that. Now, I love apples in this dish. However, you could skip the fruit altogether. You could use blueberries or whatever fruit you have on hand. So it's very adaptable. I just particularly, obviously, having written the Apple Lover's Cookbook, I happen to love apples, but you could use
We get that about you. We get that about you. And I love apples too. We're going to talk about them in a minute. But I would say this recipe is so amazing that you could put toilet paper rolls in it, and it would still be really impressive to serve to your friends and family.
Right.
So as always, the lovely and talented, and I steal that from David Letterman, my old boss, Marisa Mahoney, who's an invaluable member of Team MITK, that's Mad in the Kitchen, is with us tonight, keeping things interesting and chatting with you guys at home. And I mean you in the ratty bathrobe. Wash that thing. Come on. We are all vaccinated now. Hi, Marisa.
Hey, everyone. I would love to introduce our home chefs for this evening. First, we have the self-proclaimed carnivore, Chris in Texas. He does cook vegetables, but he just doesn't eat them. We have Dan in Pennsylvania, who usually tries to avoid sweets, but tonight is being so sweet by cooking along with us tonight. And then we have the amazing and wonderful foodie, Shannon in California, who loves all food with no restriction. So I want you guys to chat with me in the comments because I want to hear from you all. Did you guys know, or do you guys know, how many versions of the pancake there are throughout the world? Because I didn't. I want you to guess. Guesses down below. No Googling allowed. No cheaters. Madeline, say hi to our home chefs for this evening.
Hi, Shannon, Chris, and Dan.
Hi, Madeline.
Give a wave to Amy. So this is so cool because this is like we're actually having a transcontinental cooking party. That's what this is right now. We're lucky enough to have amazing Amy Traverso teach us this incredible recipe, and we're all going to do it together. And our hope is that you guys at home are going to join us. And as we progress, there are going to be more and more opportunities for you guys to be engaged. This is only the beginning, people. Get ready. All right, let's get cooking.
All right. So the first thing we need to do is to turn on our ovens because you need a nice hot oven. This recipe uses the power of eggs to create this incredible puffy pancake in a skillet. So you want your oven hot and ready for you when the dish is ready. So let's go turn our oven 425. Okay.
Okay. The power of eggs is something I usually rely on in my life. So I'm glad that you've harnessed it here tonight.
Start every day. I don't know if you have this, but I start every day with eggs because if I just have pure carbs the rest of the day, I am just hungry. Whereas if I have some eggs, I'm good for a while.
Now, there's a reason why eggs and breakfast, especially in this country, are one and the same.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm so excited to peel and core our apples.
Yes, our apples. So I have a couple of large apples. This recipe calls for 1.5 large apples. This is a Cosmic Crisp apple, which is the hot apple of the year. Do you have it too?
I have it too. It was invented at UW here in the Seattle area. And it's really beautiful. It's a cross between a Honeycrisp and then just the Cosmos. And I can't use it because my crappy peeler won't sustain the largesse. So I'm using 2 smaller just Gala apples, much to my chagrin.
And you really can use
Cosmic
any apple in this recipe. Yes, Cosmic Crisp. The claim to fame of the Cosmic Crisp is that it will keep in storage for a year. Like you could put it in your fridge, come back a year later, and you can still eat it. It's amazing. So,
it's really hard and crispy, which is what I enjoy.
Yes. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just my favorite way to peel an apple using a regular peeler, because that's what most of us have. And then I also have this fun oldie-timey apple core peeler that I also love. But let's start with what most of us are probably working with. So you take your apple. The way I like to peel an apple is first I go around the top and the bottom, and then I go down the sides. It's much more efficient. So you peel a circle around the top, and you don't have, just kind of down to the shoulders of the apple.
Do apples have shoulders?
I call them shoulders. I don't know if that's the official name. And now I go around the bottom.
And we don't have to be too anal. Like if a little peel gets in, it's not going to kill us.
No, and it's flavor and color. So there's nothing wrong with that. And now I'm going to go down the sides. You know, making
down the sides. Oh my God, I just learned a cool thing.
It's so much faster. I mean, I had to peel so many apples when I was working on this book. And
I bet you
doing
did.
This, it was crazy. So I could like peel enough apples for a pie in about 10 minutes using this method, which was pretty good when you're doing like 5 pounds of apples.
I wonder if that's like a skill set that you can get credit for somewhere. All right. So now what do I do now that I've got the...
Is everybody good with peeling?
Working on, I've never peeled an apple this way. It's amazing.
I know.
I've never.
It's a game changer, Shannon.
Ever.
And I know some people really like to kind of get one continuous peel, and that's very cute, but you're wasting a lot of time. So, you know, do it if you want, but this way is much better.
This is a game changer. This is really something amazing. So now am I cutting it into slices? What are we doing here?
Yes. Okay. So you have 2 options here. If you want to make it extra pretty, you could use this corer to take out the core. And then, which I'm going to do, but I am going to do that. But I just want to tell you, if you don't have a core, just make thin, like a little bit less than 1/4 inch slices down the sides. Okay. So you could just do this, or you could be a little fancier and take out the core. I have this nice Good Grips corer, took out the core, threw it away. And then I would cut pretty little rings by going crosswise down the apple. So
I did this.
You've got 2 options, and they're both good. It's just how the rings do look pretty, but they are not essential. So there's one apple. And while you guys finish that up, I'm going to show you I am not a gadget gal necessarily. I like to limit the amount of clutter in my kitchen, but
I know. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. This is one device that is worth the space it takes up. This is a very old, I think this probably dates back to the 19th century. I mean, not this model, but the concept. And I think I got this one.
Amy, inspired by our phone conversation, I ordered a similar device
You did.
on this thing called Amazon. And,
a little local Seattle company?
Yeah, it's this local Seattle company, and they do wonderful work. But I bought mine, and the directions were translated apparently from Japanese and were incomplete, and I've been having a really hard time with it. But look at my beautiful cutting board. Can
it's so stunning.
This is the Mad in the Kitchen cutting board.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
I know. This was made by Cody, Chris Ritchie's brother-in-law, and it arrived on Thursday, and it was like Christmas in May. It's walnut and oak inlaid, and it's really an incredible thing. Much better than my corer.
Now, you've been talking about how much you hate your corer.
Yeah,
I want to know
I'm gonna take it for a spin. You go take yours, and I'm
so I've impaled the apple on these prongs at the bottom, and now I'm just turning the handle, and there's a little blade here that's going to take off the peel, and then as it goes, there's a blade that will actually cut the apple into slices. Now,
theoretically.
Now, sometimes, as is happening to me right now, what will happen is
we're both in horror hell. It's a very special place. It's a very special place in hell reserved for people that impale apples. Yeah,
this is the apple's revenge. Yeah,
it's the revenge of the apple. All right, I'm going to give mine.
Well, you know what happens is these apples were picked in the fall, so they've been stored, and the cores do get a little softer. And sometimes they just kind of break down. And when you do that, you can turn it with your hands, or you can just give up and cut it by hand. But yours is actually...
Mine is coming out in like
perfect
spirals. Oh, look! That is a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
I am so sorry, apple corer. I also have made the new thing that I think I just invented called apple pasta. I think I made linguine.
So I did pretty well. I only got halfway through the apple, but I do have slices here, which are making me happy.
Well,
and they are kind of connected.
Let's see how everyone else
yours is better.
doing. Look at Chris's beautiful knife. I mean, that is just a thing of beauty. I told him now that he sent me the cutting board, I want the knife as well, and I want to sell it all on my website. All right. Well, I'm pseudo happy with mine. It could have been better, but it also could have been a lot worse. And so that's where we just stay happy, right?
Yes, exactly. So now I'm going to take
Look at Dan's. Look at Dan's. Wait, Amy, look at Dan's. Dan, show us. Dan's got the beautiful accordion. He also had the apple corer, and apparently much more like yours than mine. Dan, that's so pretty. Mine is so unpredictable. I practiced like 15 times this morning and ended up dyeing my hands red.
I just had to use a knife. That's all I had was a knife.
That's all right, Shannon.
But it works.
Yeah.
It's all fine. As she said, we don't want to clutter up our kitchens, but there is something really cool about this. Okay, so now what are we doing with these beautiful apple spirals? Chris, how are yours?
Now we're going to cook them a little bit.
I got a thumbs up from Texas. All right. So we're going to turn on the flame, right?
Yes. So I'm bringing my little burner into view here. And we're
I'm
going
on my
to
actual
lightly
stove.
Cook. Okay.
I'm going to turn it to what, like medium?
Yeah, I've got it on medium because you don't want to burn the butter.
Never.
Never burn the butter. Brown the butter.
I'm going to heat up my pan a little and then put the butter in, right?
Yes, and it's about 3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons. Look at Chris's pretty pan.
Beautiful.
Chris Ritchie used to work at The Waffle House. Have you ever been to the Waffle House?
Oh, I
There's
mean,
a
can
line
you be
cook at the
American?
Waffle House, and I just think that's the coolest thing ever.
I love those. I have to say, I love the waffles there.
I love the Waffle House. What do they have? Like 100 different crisp types of hash browns. You can have them like
Yes.
sizzled, scattered, blasted. I was just like, it took me all day to decide what kind of hash browns I was gonna have.
And now we're gonna lay our apples in the butter, and they're gonna just cook on one side for a couple minutes, and then we'll flip them over and kind of just, let them soften. They don't need to be cooked all the way through. We just want to start the cooking process now so that by the time the thing is done baking, they'll have the perfect texture.
Mine are so confused. They don't know if they're rings, slices, or linguine.
Do you?
But it does.
use
I know that it really
spiralizer?
doesn't. Yeah, something happened. I can't really talk about it. But it doesn't really matter because it's all beautiful apple and butter in a cast iron skillet. I have a feeling it's going to come out just beautiful.
This is my go-to recipe for when I have guests. I'm not the sort of host who usually will make cinnamon rolls the night before and let them proof overnight. I kind of am a little more last minute. And this recipe, you only really need to get up 15 minutes earlier and get this going, and the house will smell amazing and everybody comes down, and it's great.
What we were saying last night during the rehearsal was that if you were ever in a position of selling your home, you should make this recipe when the potential buyers are coming to tour your house, because they won't know. Chris, what's going on over there? That is so beautiful. Look at
added a little bit of
Chris's.
brown sugar to that.
He added some brown sugar just because he wants more sugar, and he likes the mix of white and brown. Dan, that is so pretty what you have happening.
Wow.
It looks like a floral
These are
arrangement.
fancy.
Shannon, these are
Oh, yeah.
real cooks. Like, these people that are cooking along with us are actually really serious chefs and cooks. So it's they're ringers. Oh, wow. What else are you putting on there, Chris? I see chocolate chips. What is that?
More sugar.
Raisins and craisins. It's a Georgia thing. I can't have apples without brown sugar and raisins.
Can't
Nice.
have apples without brown sugar and raisins. I think I could join you in that, but I'm going to stick with Amy right here, Chris. But we can talk on the side. Dan, that's beautiful. Shannon, let me see yours. Shannon's is perfect as always.
Beautiful.
Shannon is perfect. So nice. All right. So now we're going to
So
make
I'm starting to see a little bit of softening going on here. So I'm flipping mine because you want to cook
You're
them on
doing.
both
You're
sides.
flipping. Mine aren't ready yet.
Okay.
Amy, it's okay that they all don't touch the bottom, correct? Because I have more
Yeah,
apples
I'm
than
just
one
kind of
with
moving them a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Like if there's one that's pretty soft, you can tuck another one under there. I'm using a 12-inch skillet. This is my go-to. It looks like, Chris, is yours a little bigger, or is it just the same size?
No, it's
His
12
looks
inch.
bigger.
It's 12-inch.
12-inch?
It's just
Oh, okay.
it's flatter.
Amy, I have breaking news. Apparently, my skillet is more like 8 inches. Am I going to survive?
You'll have a taller, puffier situation. I think it'll
It'll be
fine.
more like a Dutch preteen than a Dutch baby.
You might want to just maybe leave out a little bit of the batter so you don't have an overflow situation, just in case.
I think that sounds really good. Okay, are we sifting now? I've been waiting for my sifting experience.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. The recipe says to sift the flour into a bowl. I'm going to be honest and tell you that you can also get away with just putting 3/4 of a cup of flour into a bowl and whisking it to aerate it. If you want to use your sifter, it's lovely and but if you're just feeling like, look, this is a rustic dish. Yeah, if you're feeling lazy, I'm going to go the lazy way, but I really appreciate that some folks are sifting.
So now I intentionally do not own a sifter, because if I did, I would bake. And if I baked, I would probably weigh way much more than my heart could carry. So
Right.
I used a just a regular old strainer, and
Yep,
it worked
that
just
works really
fine.
well.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
when you say you don't have room, I have no room for anything, and so a sifter is like number 99 on the list of tools that I need to acquire. Um,
Yes.
but the strainer works just fine, and I love to know that you don't really even have to do it if you don't want to.
If it is optional. I put it in there because for best results, sift, but you're still going to get amazingly delicious results even if you don't sift.
I get a
So-
feeling you could just dump all these all ingredients in and throw them in the oven, and the damn thing would be delicious.
Yes, the eggs will
Look,
still work
Chris's
their magic.
looks really pretty, and Dan has sifted. All right,
Very
now what do we
beautiful.
do?
Okay, so we're going to add some dry ingredients. So we've got a tablespoon of sugar. And then I've got a teaspoon of salt. It's kosher salt. If you have regular table salt, I would just do half of that. So half teaspoon.
I'm using sea salt, and I usually do like 6 turns. That's my measuring system for the
Oh, that's
salt.
perfect. And then we want a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, just a little bit, like a little perfume of cinnamon. I'm just going to shake mine in there. Okay, so there's your dry ingredients.
And now we're sifting. We're whisking the dry
Whisking
ingredients.
it together. Just
I
to
love
combine so
whisking.
everything's even.
Whisking makes me very happy. You feel like you've accomplished something, and it's not that much of a challenge.
Yes.
And my whisk
Okay,
is
and now I'm going to transfer this because I want to use a bigger bowl. Now we are going to do our liquids. So I'm going to also turn the heat off my apples because they are looking great.
Mine, I'm going to let catch up a little bit. What I've learned through
Okay.
this experience is that my stove sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how hot your stove
Dan's
is.
Dutch baby last night looked so much better than mine. And I've always been a huge advocate for gas, but he has electric, and I'm now I'm having,
Envy.
oven and stove envy.
Dan, do you have induction or is it pure electric?
It's both convection. It's a convection oven, so it's got the fan side of it, and
Wait till you see
double-
how his
gotta-
Dutch baby comes out.
Oh, nice.
all right. No pressure. No pressure. I like it.
Yeah, no pressure, Dan.
It's really like a souffle.
all right.
I like it.
So
Okay,
now
so
our
now we're
liquid
gonna-
ingredients are 1 cup of milk. And that goes in the bowl. And then 5 large eggs. I get my
All right.
eggs from a farm.
Wait, I
in
want
New
everyone to
Hampshire.
crack our eggs together. Can we do all our
Okay.
eggs together? Just because it's so cool. So everybody, Shannon, tell me when you're ready. Oh, wait, Dan, you're getting ahead. We're all going to do it together except for Dan, who jumped the gun. 1, 2, 3, crack. 1, 2.
Two.
I always get a little shell in, and I figure that just keeps life more interesting.
That's
3.
calcium. 3,
Exactly. It's good for my hair and nails. 4.
4. Now, how many people are bowl crackers and how many use the counter? I'm a counter
Now,
cracker.
you're supposed to be a counter cracker. This is what I learned when I was a chef teaching corporate team building at Blue Ribbon here in Seattle when I made my
Right.
pivot from, I think I'm turning my apples off, sorry. And you're totally supposed to do it on the counter, and yet I always do it on the bowl.
Yeah, it's
What
your
if-
kitchen.
Shannon,
your
what do you
rules,
do?
right?
My counter's
Shannon,
not
what do you
sharp
do?
enough. I always have it just doesn't work. I do a bowl.
Thank you. Chris,
Yeah.
are you a counter
Sometimes sometimes I
rim?
do another bowl, but
I throw mine up and then let it land on the spatula and break.
Ooh, let me see that. Can you show us?
Not with this setup. I need to be on the
No,
flat top.
sorry. Dan, are you a bowl or a counter cracker?
I'm a counter cracker and
He's a
one-handed.
counter cracker.
in.
See, Amy, Dan is like that person in high school that was always in the front row and always had their homework in on time. He's just like, but we like it in adulthood. It's fine. So now I'm
Right.
whisking. We're whisking. We're whisking, right?
Whisking. So we want to whisk for about a minute. We want the goal, and let me just give you a quick tip. If you want to speed up the incorporation of the eggs, just kind of poke the yolks so they'll break up more
Poke
quickly.
the yolks. I want a
Poke the
t-shirt
yolks.
that says that. Poke the yolks, poke the yolks. It sounds like a dance. Hey, Marisa, what's going on?
Okay, all of the guesses are in, and there are actually 99 different versions of pancakes around the world. And our winner, the person that came closest, was NYC, but instead of the letter C, it's SEA. I like the cleverness there. 01 guessed 121, and he was the closest. We had some outrageous guesses. Ken Jordan guessed 928. Barbara
Little
Fruithout guessed
excessive.
555. And we also have Chef Lorius in the house tonight. Again.
Yay! She was on last week. Those chicken and waffles were amazing, Amy. You got to try them.
I saw. They looked so good.
It was so delicious. It's like they're really like apples and oranges, and these are the apples. But wow,
Yes.
is that good? This is good too in a totally different way. 99, Marisa.
Yeah. Okay. So the crepe, obviously, in France. We have the panukaku in Finland, the panukaka in Iceland, the utapam in India, the okonomiyaki in Japan, and in Cameroon, they say makati wamaji. Hopefully I said those right. That was kind of a mess. Let me know in the comments what words you have trouble pronouncing.
You did great. You did great. We practiced those quite a bit. That's hilarious. All right, is everybody, we had to whisk for a minute. We're whisking really violently.
Whisk for a minute. So basically you just want a little froth on the top. And when you lift your whisk out, you just want it to drizzle loosely. You don't want any of those like thick clumps of eggs. So mine look great. I think
mine looks
done a
great.
good job. Okay.
Mine looks good.
Perfect. All right. So now we are going to incorporate the dry ingredients into the wet because we want to get our ingredients in there before the apples cool off too much. We want that pan to still be a little bit hot. So I'm going to just kind of shake them in.
Amy.
The flour.
Amy, I have a confession.
Yes.
I already incorporated.
Good for you. That's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry. This is.
Oh my God! I thought I had ruined the whole show because I got out of sync.
It's
right,
okay.
Okay. Okay.
You want to just mix enough so you don't have large lumps. So I'd say like I'm just going here, but it's okay if there's little small lumps. So here I'm going around. You can sort of time yourself to me. I'm going to whisk for about 5 more seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody, show me your lumps.
So,
Anna, do you have some lumps?
A little bit.
Hold that up a little. Yeah, just a little lumps.
Chris, are you lumpy in Texas?
No.
Good.
No
okay,
lumps.
So you're pretty smooth.
Dan's pretty perfect. We know Dan's gonna
looking
be perfect.
good.
He's that guy. Yeah, of course you are.
Looking good.
All right, I think I'm good.
All right, we have a batter, folks. This is a batter.
We have a batter. Amos batter. It's like when they have a pope in Rome. What is it? The gray smoke or the white smoke comes out of the
Yeah,
vatican.
we have a pope.
We have a pope.
right.
We have batter. Ooh,
So we're just gonna pour this in among
We're
the
pouring
apples.
it into the apples. Here you go, little apples. I'm bringing you some batter. It was what you wanted on your Christmas list.
The apples are saying, "You complete me."
They are.
Batter.
The apples are saying, why am some of me rings and some of me sauces and some of me pasta shapes? But it's okay.
All right, so now let's get this baby into the oven, which is waiting
Do,
for us.
do.
I'm going to put mine in.
It's so cute. I'd hate to see what the full-grown one looks like. All right. So now should we set a timer?
So, yeah, we're going to go 10 to 15 minutes. And basically, you'll know it's ready when the middle puffs up, because it will puff up on the sides first, and then the middle comes up. And that is a beautiful thing to see. So we're going to go for 10 minutes. and then we will check it and see. Now, ideally, you have a window in your oven that you can check it, because if you open you're letting out heat if you open the oven, and it's better if you can avoid that. So hopefully you have a light and a window that will allow you to check on the progress there.
Guess what? I have both. I'm sure that Dan has both.
I don't think they make ovens anymore without them.
I wanted to be special
Dan
for
has
just a
2
minute. Dan is like, he's he's getting the A here, but I'm gonna get A for effort.
I have one, but I can't see through it anymore. My light is too dim. I need a new oven.
Yeah.
We're gonna get on that, Shannon. Just ask Chris.
And you know what,
I'll
Shannon?
have one show up at your door.
All the ovens have changed. So my oven's really old. I felt like it was new, but I did the math and it is really old now. And it's a built-in, and so all the sizes have changed. I guess everyone wants bigger ovens now for that one day a year where they put in a turkey and they need a bigger oven, because I don't know why I'd need a bigger oven, but now I need to buy a bigger oven and redo the cutout.
Oh, that's so annoying. I'm sorry.
We feel your
model
pain,
of mine.
Shannon. We feel your
Thank
pain.
you.
All right.
Okay. So while that's cooking, you want to make a chai maple syrup?
I think that sounds like exactly what I want to make right now.
Okay.
All right. Let's
So
go.
the key flavors of the delicious hot beverage called chai are tea, ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, and often black pepper. I'm not going to do black pepper in this, but I'm going to use those flavors to flavor a lovely maple syrup that came from Vermont. So I'm going to start out with...
Amy, you know about me in Vermont, right? I grew up with a house in Vermont. And for me, both apples and maple syrup just scream Vermont and make me nostalgic for my childhood. So this is, I think this is Washington State maple syrup, which is also good.
That's great. Yes.
But it's
Maples,
not like,
yeah.
Vermont and me are forever emotionally entwined. So I want to tell you a little bit about the spices that I'm using.
Yes.
I have this incredible source. Do you know about burlap and barrel?
I've heard of it.
You gotta get on it. It's burlapandbarrel.com, and it's all single sourced, ecologically, socially responsible, but mostly delicious. And this is the Cloud Forest cardamom that they make. And I was so excited that you had cardamom in the recipe so I could use it, because it really is like perfume in your face. And then I've got the cinnamon verum shavings, which I did not use last night in rehearsal because I wanted to covet them for tonight. So they're really, you should try these spices. And I don't have anything
I can't
horse in
wait.
the race. I just appreciate beauty and greatness and deliciousness. Like I never had any pepper like their pepper, or cumin like their cumin. And the cardamom is religious. All right, so I'm putting just in a bunch of this.
Okay, so yeah, there are amounts, guidelines. You could do a half teaspoon of cardamom powder. I have 2 cinnamon sticks that I'm putting in. If you don't have cinnamon sticks, by all means use a half to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, depending on how strong you want it to be. So I'm going to put in my cardamom now. I've got that. And then ginger. Now, the recipe calls for fresh ginger root. You could certainly use dried if that's what you have. You shouldn't have to make a separate trip to the supermarket to do this. If you have fresh ginger, the way I like to peel it is to use a spoon and run it down. You can also use a peeler.
That is the trick.
The round shape is nice for getting into those little nooks and crannies, but you could certainly use a peeler, like a regular vegetable peeler.
I love fresh ginger. Like, I just think it's so clean and beautiful. I would like to wear it as perfume. So here I go, rub it on my wrists.
I like a really strong ginger. I like a little bit of heat in my chai syrup. So I'm using like a good inch and a quarter of ginger. And you can grate it. What I'm going to do is actually slice it, because I'm using such a big piece. And then I'm going to put that in very thin slices. And then I'll just strain those out along with the cinnamon stick when I serve
It's
it.
really beautiful. It's almost like making tea, which is actually what it is, because chai is
It
the
really
tea.
is.
And this syrup, Shannon and I were both saying how delicious it was, because Shannon made it on a test run last week, and then we made it last night. And I would like to make like a quart of it and just keep it in my refrigerator and use it on stuff.
Absolutely. You could certainly like strain it and then just keep it in your fridge. It will keep for a very long time. And you know what, Helen, talking about the black pepper is making me want to put black pepper in this.
Let's do it.
So
Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it, Amy.
I'm going to do it.
Oh, no, I can't. I
I've
cleaned
got
out
my
my
grinder.
kitchen. My,
Oh, you did? Okay.
My
I
black
just found my
pepper is
grinder.
over there. It's right on the
Okay.
corner of the table. Sky's got it.
I just
here we go.
want a
Oh,
little,
this
I
one's
want a little
open.
heat.
So this is also
I
the
missed it.
burlap
Amy,
and
did
barrel.
you-
This is called the purple peppercorn. And once again, it's like a symphony of flavors that you really have never experienced before. And I ordered a case of this stuff from them.
Is it really
There are
purple?
these- Yeah, I mean, I'll have them send you a care package, because it's really like a game changer in a million different ways. All right, so is this
Wow.
going on the stove now? Yours is already on the
This
stove.
is
I'm
on
gonna
the
come over
stove,
here.
yeah. So it's going on the stove, and basically you want to kind of get it at a low simmer. The longer it goes, the more flavor you're going to extract. Certainly, in the amount of time it's going to take our pancakes to finish cooking, you will get some nice flavor out of these ingredients, but you could even go longer if you want to. And if you are trying to sell a house, here's another good thing to
Yeah.
make. 'Cause it will
Put a
smell
pot of
amazing.
this on the stove. Oh my God, it's delicious already. Like,
good.
it's one of these, I think we're kind of gilding the lily, because maple syrup on its own is so beautiful.
Yes.
And now we're being like Dan. We're just going for the A+. Like, we're just taking it and raising it to a whole new level. Dan, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun with you, because you're really awesome. But poor guy.
I wore pink and everything,
No, you did, and you're a superstar. Dan is just like a superstar, and all these people are. So wait, I want to talk to you for a second, Amy, because this is something that's very dear to my heart, and you and I both have different connections to Julia Child. I was really fortunate. Like, one of the happiest, most incredible things in my life is that I got to produce Julia Child segments on the Letterman show back in the late 80s and early 90s. And it was like having private cooking lessons with her. And then she and I actually became friends. But you also have Julia, like, you talked to her once, and then you have a show that you've been doing, which I think is hilarious. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I am co-host of a TV show on public television called Weekends with Yankee, which is a travel and lifestyle show that focuses on New England and airs around the country. And I also work with GBH on this digital product sort of that they put out on all their digital channels called You and Julia in the Kitchen. And I make one of Julia's classic recipes like beef bourguignon or a quiche, or yesterday we made bouillabaisse. And then they kind of will have half of the screen and I'll be making it, and then they'll show Julia making it. And what an honor to sort of virtually cook alongside her. I mean, I grew up with her. I love her. And yeah, I'll just quickly tell, it's such a little story, but I was working at a magazine in Boston, and I had to call to get her, to send an invitation to her, and I needed to call to confirm the address. I called the number that was in our Rolodex. Ring, ring, and then I hear, hello, and I almost fell over in my chair. I sort of gushed something, and I think at the closing, she did say, okay, Jerry. So that made me feel
That's
so
her.
good.
So I want to
Yeah.
go around the horn here and just do the best you can. And I want to have everyone do their best Julia Child. I'll start with mine. With hello! And that was how she would always greet me when she would show up at Letterman. Chris Fritchie, let's hear your best Julia Child.
Oh my gosh, I've cut the tickens out of my finger.
He's doing Dan Aykroyd doing Julia. Dan? Do you have a Julia impression in you? Dan is
Hello.
frozen. But if he weren't, he would probably say, oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hello. Very good, Dan, of course. Shannon, do you have a Julia Child impression?
Oh, Madeline, I don't do impressions.
Just think Julia and say hello.
Hello.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Marisa,
You know,
do you have one? She's too young to even remember who Julia Child is.
Yep,
No, doesn't
that's
even-
exactly right.
That's okay.
Hello.
Julia, good. That's
based
good.
on,
I think
based
everyone
on the
did
rest,
really
I
good.
had some reference.
Yeah, no, you got to Google her because she's 1 in a million, and she actually was the very first person that took cooking and turned it into entertainment. I think I have
Transformed
chai in
public
my nose.
television. Oh,
Yeah, on public-
pepper.
About her through Saturday.
It's the pepper. All right, I'm sorry. Oh, great. This is perfect. You want to sneeze in the middle of your live show.
Is that Julia's
so-
ghost punishing us for
Do not
imitating
use
her?
Pepper.
I think she is, but she would never do that. The
No.
thing with Julia was, when she turned 80, great. I sent her a birthday card, and she sent me a thank you note
Oh,
for a birthday card. Marisa, what's going on?
So Barbara was the only one that put in a word that she had trouble pronouncing when she was younger, which was Alucius.
Thank you.
That's a name of who is that? Society of Jesus. I don't know exactly who it is, but she has trouble pronouncing it. Obviously, I did as well. But at least it wasn't Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, that's all I have to say. Speaking of mispronouncing words, Madeline, Amy, I don't want to absolutely crush your entire world right now, but I just got some breaking news in from my contact at Google, and they are telling me that Dutch babies are in fact not actually Dutch.
Pennsylvania Dutch, German.
No, what,
no,
Marisa?
it's funny because in Seattle, the name originated in Seattle, which is funny enough, at Monka's Cafe in the 1900s, and the owner's daughter couldn't pronounce Deutsch, and so she called it Dutch Baby Pancakes, and so the name stuck, and here we are. It's German. It's not Dutch.
Okay, wait a minute. I think we all need to take a second. We'll always remember where we were when we heard this. My world is shattered, but let's move on.
Well, okay, I am ready to take a look at my pancake because my 10-minute timer did go off. So I'm going to have a little look and see, and let me know how you guys are doing.
Oh, mine is looking so beautiful.
Oh, it's pretty. It needs, I think, about 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
because-
this one is so much better than last night. Dan, yours is gorgeous. Dan, the A student.
Ooh,
Look at
yours is
Chris's.
done.
Shannon, can we see yours?
It's not ready yet.
It's not ready. Neither is mine.
Amazing.
Don't you worry, Shannon. Mine isn't ready either. I'm going to
It's my
turn my
old
syrup
oven.
up a little bit, though, because I want it to I want the flavors to meld.
Yes, I've got mine simmering. I think I'm going to strain my syrup while I'm waiting for the pancake to finish because it'll be ready that way.
Okay, so we're going
Grab
to
a
strain
strainer.
syrup, everybody. Is everybody ready to syrup strain? Dan, I know you're ready.
Dan's always ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Dan was born ready.
Okay.
Dan is ready. Chris, are you ready? Shannon, you ready? We're going to strain. All right,
Ready
I'm
to
going to the
strain.
sink for this stage.
Okay. I'm
But I
just going
do
to do
need a
it right
bowl
here.
to
Make sure
put
my
it in.
handle isn't too hot, which it isn't, thankfully. Oh,
All
look
right.
at all those spices.
I know,
Oh,
it's so beautiful.
so nice. Okay, I want to actually use my spatula to pick up a few more of those spices before I lose them. Okay, that's the good stuff.
That is so...
You could use this in cocktails.
I
Wouldn't
was
that be nice?
thinking that. Mostly
With
because
some bourbon.
Yeah, it'd be great with
Oh.
bourbon.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that kind of show. Let's do it.
Madeline, I'm not going to strain mine because the only thing in there is a cinnamon stick.
All right.
That's true.
So you make your
Yeah,
own
you don't need to
choices.
do it. I had the ginger slices. I didn't grate my ginger, so I needed to strain it, but you don't need to.
You guys, can I show you something? So I got the beautiful cutting board, and then I also got this beautiful Mad in the Kitchen sign. It was like totally Christmas. I got this, and then Paula, who does our recipes, sent me all kinds of chutneys. And this is a little Sarah Hayes and her family, Kathy, and her dad, Dan, and they made me this beautiful sign. That's what he does. He makes signs. How cool is that?
That is lovely. That's
Isn't that cool?
beautiful.
I feel like I'm official now that I have a sign.
You're open for business?
I am. I'm open for business.
You know, I could imagine a very cute line of kitchen products in a beautiful pink. I think that would be super fun.
That's what we're doing, and beautiful cutting boards.
Ooh, nice. That's
Cutting
great.
boards.
All right, I'm going to take one more peek at
Guys.
my Dutch baby.
Cutting boards. There we go. All right, I'm peeking.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh my God, I think mine's
Close.
ready.
Mine really puffed up.
Yeah, I think mine's ready.
Nice.
Okay. Gorgeous. Shannon, is yours out?
Yeah, I just took it out. It really puffed up high today. Like,
Oh, that's
More than-
great. Oh, look at that.
It's different every
But
time.
a
It's
big
like my
puff.
hair. I do the same thing every time, and something different happens.
I think I set
I think
mine
I'm
down
the
too
last
hard. It
one still baking.
Sunk.
Yeah. Okay. So it will sink. So it puffs up, and you kind of want to, if you want the big dramatic presentation, you want to have everybody at the table, and then you bring it out to them, and it's in its full glory. As time goes on, like a souffle, it will start to sink, but it will be just as delicious.
Oh my God, this
Do
is
not
such a
forget,
beautiful
Don't
thing
grab that
happening.
handle.
Oh yeah.
Don't grab the handle. Yes.
No, do
that is a
not.
Very good.
I
tip.
made that mistake last night. You do not want to grab the handle.
Your poor hands between the apples and the.
I know.
skillet.
I just take a beating for this job. But of course, I'm my own boss, so it's all because of me. All right, so I want to do this all together. Let's everybody put their syrup on their Dutch babies together. Can we do that? I need like a house band so I can have a drum roll. But are you ready?
Madam,
Amy's
I am
getting
still
ready.
waiting
Into the
on
pan?
mine to finish.
Oh, wait, we have to
Ellen,
wait
I'm
for
gonna-
Shannon.
I'm going to syrup after I plate so that I don't have to syrup my whole Dutch baby.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
okay?
doing the whole shebang and I'm eating it
Okay.
right out of the pan because it's my show and I get to do whatever I want. Unless Dan has an objection and then I won't do it.
No, you do what you want. I'll
Thank
be over
you.
here.
Thank you for the permission. Look at Chris's. Chris's looks
Beautiful,
so pretty.
Chris.
Isn't it beautiful? And I think I would like to try the raisin thing.
That is a great idea. What a great
Right?
flavor
It's breakfast.
combination.
It's breakfast. Yeah, look at that.
Breakfast for dinner is my favorite.
So I have a question, you guys. If you go to brunch, like Dutch Baby is definitely something that's on brunch menus here in Seattle. What is your go-to thing that you order, Amy?
You know, it's so hard to remember. It's been so long since I've been to a restaurant.
Left the house on a Sunday.
Yeah. I always want to get the like waffles or pancakes, but then I know that I'll be asleep on the couch in about, by noon, or by 1. So I would often go for something eggy, something proteiny, but then maybe a pastry on the side. That's a
good
brunch.
balance. I go
Yeah.
eggs Benedict, but I always put syrup on my eggs. That's my little dirty secret.
Ooh.
I have a lot of dirty secrets, but that's one of them. Dan, what would you order when you go to brunch?
Always have brunch on vacation in Maine, and I love the omelet station and the blueberry pancakes.
Oh, so you can't go wrong with either one of those things. Chris Fritchie, what's your go-to brunch choice?
bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or deli sandwich, turkey, ham, and salami.
I'll go with that as well. Shannon, what do you get when you go to brunch? And I know it's just like drawing on distant memories right now.
Huevos rancheros.
Excellent
If they
choice.
have it.
Excellent choice. Definitely on my rotation. Marisa, what's your brunch choice?
Mine would have to be mimosas, but
The
a Bellini if I'm feeling fancy.
Okay, great. No, really, the endless mimosa is a wonderful invention. All right, so we're gonna syrup, except for Shannon, who's waiting to plate. She's being a maverick, but we understand. But I'm just gonna dump all my syrup onto my Dutch babies. Everybody ready? Drum roll, please. Brrrr. You ready, Amy? Or you're still waiting?
Mine is like within a minute of coming out.
Okay.
But you guys.
Okay. No, we're gonna wait for you. I'm
Okay.
all about,
Let me get
like,
it out.
Yeah, I'm all about togetherness.
Oh,
I want
it's so
us all-
pretty. It could go a
So-
minute longer, but it could be a little browner in the middle, but it's got a very nice puff.
It's got a
And
nice puff.
Lovely and brown around the edges.
It's
so let's
almost
go
as
with
nice
that.
as Chris is. I mean, as or Dan's. All right, so now let's syrup. 1, 2, 3. You ready?
Yes, I've
Here we
got a
go.
ladle. 1, 2.
I'm just dumping. I don't have room in my kitchen for a ladle. No, I'm just joking. Oh
It's
my God.
sizzling.
Oh my God. And now we are confectioner sugaring.
Mm.
Shannon jumped the gun on the confectioner sugar, but
I
we're not
did,
going to hold
because
it
I needed
against her.
syrup. So Amy,
Okay,
do
here
you
comes-
cut it? Do you cut it like a pie, or do you cut it in squares?
I like to use a big spoon. You could
Oh.
certainly do it as a pie, but I find that a nice big spoon is just a nice, because I kind of can still cut it into a wedge, but
Okay. I'm doing a spoon.
you could also use a spatula, whichever you like. Either way, if you want pure, if you want to get those nice wedges, but it's soft enough that I often ended up spooning it out anyway, so I just kind of stuck with that. There we
I'm
go.
calling it 4 servings. That looks like 4 servings to me. So I made a big triangle of it.
All right,
Yes.
that's beautiful.
Mhm.
All right,
Beautiful
so
with the
now this is
berries.
what's going to happen. Nobody eat.
Oh,
Promise.
so
Nobody,
hard.
nobody eat yet. We are going to go around and we're going to get a group photo. I'm going to have to put my mitts back on. So what I want to do is first I want to look at Shannon's. Let me see your finished product. Lovely. Look at Chris's. Did you put blueberries in there? You sneaky Pete. He did. Oh, blueberries and strawberries. I love the color. Dan, let me see yours. Hold it up. Beautiful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is everybody is, Amy, let me see yours.
Yes. I'm gonna spoon a little.
Of course. Like I forgot you.
A little more sauce.
Like you're the
on
most
there.
important person.
That's okay. 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 Here we go. There we go. Whoops.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Everyone's gonna hold it up by their face without burning their face on their skillet, which I say for me and Chris. And you're gonna tip it down. Whoops, I'm dripping. I dripped.
One drip on my
That's okay. That's what TV's for. And you're gonna post it and tag at Mad in the Kitchen on Instagram with the hashtag Mad in the Kitchen Live. Oh my God, look how beautiful that is. 1, 2, 3, everybody say, Dutch baby!
Dutch baby.
Baby.
Wow. Oh my God, I got syrup everywhere. All right, let's take a bite. I think it's time to take a bite. Here we go. Is everybody ready? I see Dan biting. I'm going in. Oh my God, I want to get some of the crunchy part on the outside.
Nice.
Oh, hoo, hoo. I got to
More chai
blow. I've
flavor.
made that mistake one too many times. A lot of blowing.
Oh, good.
Paul, can we have some blowing music? I pretend I'm hosting a late night talk show.
Chris, you win for best looking.
Oh my God. Amy.
Amy, I can't imagine doing this without the chai maple syrup. It's so good.
It's so
It's
good.
just so perfect with the apples.
I'm going to dip some bacon in that chai syrup in the morning. That's
Yeah.
Genius.
Chris, how do you
Put some
like it?
bacon in there.
Bacon would be good. I think bacon
This would
and,
taste good with some
bacon and
bacon.
eggs, basically. Do you like yours, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Dan, you happy? Shannon? Everybody's happy. I have maple syrup, try maple syrup
Ah.
everywhere in my
$1 million
beautiful
bucks.
world, but it's fine. I couldn't care less. I want to say good night. Thank you for watching. I'll see you back here next Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, when Randy Eisenberg, he's hilarious. Check him out on TikTok. He's going to teach me how to make keto stuffed flank steak with brie and zucchini. A total departure from tonight. We will be posting the ingredients on socials on Monday if you guys want to cook along. Thank you, Amy Traverso. The
Thank
Apple
you
Lovers
so much.
Cookbook is available on Amazon. There's a graphic. Look, Amy, you got a graphic. Thank you to our featured home cooks, Shannon, Chris, and Dan. Chris, please say a special thank you to your brother-in-law, Cody, for this beautiful cutting board. We're going to be selling these
Watching right
beauties
now.
soon on madamthekitchen.com. So send me a message through the website and I'll put you on the list. And as soon as they're ready, we'll let you know. Special thanks also go out to Sarah, Kathy, and Tim Hayes. Tim, I called you Dan before. Tim made this incredible sign. His company is signassociates.com. Keep going. Shout out to Kellen Mahoney, who had the closest guess from last week's show on the largest serving of fried chicken. He guessed 800 pounds. The actual answer was 2,675 pounds. Everyone should subscribe to Yankee Magazine. It's awesome. I read it growing up whenever I was in Vermont. But also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to follow me on all social media. Be sure to watch the credit roll. We have a lot of amazing people who gave their time and expertise to make my very silly dream come true. And I appreciate every single one of them. I will see you next time on Mad in the Kitchen.